differentiate between racemose and cymose inflorescence, fibrous roots and adventitious roots, apocarpous and syncarpous ovary. So students, now let us learn the differences between the following. The first one is racemose inflorescence and cymose inflorescence. So first of all, the word inflorescence. Here we are talking about the arrangement of flowers on a common axis. So generally when we see a flower, if it is solitary, single, for example hibiscus, it is a simple flower. But when there are many flowers arranged on a common axis of a stem, we call this arrangement as inflorescence. So as in here we can see, these are different flowers. So many flowers are arranged on the common axis. So such arrangement of flowers is called inflorescence. And here also there are different types. So one is racemose, the other one is cymose. So in case of racemose inflorescence, here, so the tip of the stem, this is the tip. It does not have any flower. It does not end with a flower. And all the flowers, the older flowers are present at the base. So these are bigger and older flowers, they are present at the base. Young and new flowers are present at the tip. So here we can see the older flowers are arranged at the base and new young flowers are present at the tip. So such arrangement is called racemose inflorescence. And in racemose inflorescence, the growing tip does not have any flower. So this arrangement is called acropetal succession. So that means the main axis in racemose inflorescence continues to grow and they produce flower laterally. The growth does not end over here because it does not end with a flower. Whereas in case of cymose inflorescence, so here we can see the main axis of the inflorescence terminates with a flower. So the growth is limited over here. It terminates with the flower, so the growth is limited. And how are the flowers arranged? So here we can see older flowers are present at the tip. So these are older flowers, they are present at the tip. Small and younger flowers are present towards the base. So in cymose inflorescence, older flowers are present at the top and younger flowers are present at the base. So such an arrangement is called basipetal succession. And here in the main axis, cymose inflorescence terminates with the flower and hence it has got a limited growth. So racemose inflorescence and cymose. In racemose, older flowers are present at the base, younger flowers are present at the tip and the main axis does not terminate with the flower. In case of cymose inflorescence, older flowers at the tip, younger flowers at the base and the main axis always terminates with a flower. So the growth is limited over here. So these are the difference between racemose and cymose inflorescence. The next difference, fibrous roots and adventitious roots. So plants have got root system. So monocots and dicot plants, that is angiosperm flowering plants, they differ in the roots. Under that, fibrous roots have primary root which develops from the radicle of this seed and it is short-lived and it is replaced by large number of roots arising from the base of the stem. So that means here the primary root, always from the seed there will be a plumule and a radicle. Plumule give rises to the shoot system and the radicle give rises to the roots. The primary root, it is short-lived, it will live for a shorter duration and this will be replaced by many roots. Now all these roots are new roots. They are replaced and they are present in large number. They arise from the base of the stem and it is arranged in the form of a fine network. So we call this as fibrous roots. So such roots are seen in wheat cereals. So all monocot plants will have fibrous roots. Whereas the second one, adventitious roots. So these roots arises from any part of the plant other than the radicle of a seed. That means they are not the true roots. They do not form from the embryonic stage. They can arise from any other part, like the stored part in the carrot. From here we can see an adventitious root. So these are the pneumatophores, the roots which grow upwards. So like this, the roots which arises from any other part apart from the radicle of a seed. It can be the shoot, it can be the leaves, it can be stored roots, modified roots. So such roots are called as adventitious roots. So these are the differences between fibrous roots and adventitious roots. Fibrous roots, they arise from the radicle of a seed. They are short-lived and they are replaced by many roots, and all these roots arises from the base of the stem. In adventitious roots, they are not the primary roots. They do not arise from the radicle of a seed. They arise from any other part. It can be leaf, it can be a shoot, it can be a modified shoot, modified root, but not from the radicle. So such roots are called adventitious roots. And these adventitious roots perform different functions depending on the plant. So these are the difference between fibrous roots and adventitious roots. The next difference, apocarpus and syncarpus ovary. So here, certain flowers will have only one ovary. In certain flowers, there will be more than one ovary. When more than one ovaries are present, how are they arranged? So that we will study in the difference, apocarpus ovary and syncarpus ovary. So here in the image we can see, these are the ovaries. A single flower has got many ovaries. How are these ovaries are present? They are separate, right? So a flower with apocarpus ovary have more than one carpel. That means they have more than one ovary, and all these are free. They are not fused together. They are present freely. So such arrangement of ovary, if they are free, if more than one ovary is present, and if they are free, we call them as apocarpus ovary. So they are found in lotus and rose flowers. In case of syncarpus ovary, here there are many ovaries, but all of them are fused to form a single carpel. So this is called syncarpus. They are synchronized, they are fused, they are synced. Many ovaries are present and they are fused to form a single carpel. They are found in tomatoes and mustard. So here we can see the carpel are fused. So this is also fused single carpel is present. This is an orange. Here we can see the carpels are fused. So if it is freely arranged, we call it as apocarpus ovary, and if all the carpels are fused to form one, we call it as syncarpus ovary. So these are the difference between apocarpus and syncarpus. So here we learned the difference in the arrangement of flowers in an inflorescence, that is racemose and cymose inflorescence, and the nature of the roots, fibrous and adventitious root, and the arrangement of more than one ovaries, whether it is fused or free in apocarpus and syncarpus ovary.